Very good morning, students. Welcome back. So this is Wednesday, August 26, 2020. Alright, students, as you can see here, this is Unit 6 transferring, and according to our schedule, we are going to learn from Blueprint 3 and Writing Bright Book 2. Okay, so this is first session. We are going to learn from Blueprint 3. So now we start learning about new unit, Unit 6, transferring. Okay, so you know already every unit in Blueprint 3 contains five lessons. So this is the first lesson, looking for a school. So looking for a school means finding a school, right? Okay, so before we start learning about Unit 6, Lesson 1, teacher would like to review you about the previous unit that we have learned. Okay, so the previous unit is verse unit. Okay, the previous unit was unit 5. Talk about what? Change measure. Okay, so let's teacher explain you something about that. Okay, so everyone, let's look at the first lessons in Unit 5. Okay, students, so Lesson 1, deciding what to study. Okay, so before you choose the major to study at the university, you have to ask yourself several questions first. So the first question is that you have to ask yourself, what are your interests? So you have to answer this question, what are your interests? Okay, so the second question is that does a specific major offer good career opportunity or not? Okay, and which major is more difficult and competitive? And finally, which factor is most important to you? Okay, so if you answer this question honestly, you can avoid from more difficult and more expensive decisions later. Okay, so these lessons just tell you how to choose a major to study at university. Okay, so before you choose a subject, before you choose a major or field to study at the university, you have to think several questions, or we can say that you have to answer some several questions first. Okay, that the first is that what are your interests, and does the specific major offer career opportunities or not? Okay, good. So for lesson 2, choosing your major. Okay, so for first lesson 1, let's talk about deciding what to study. So this lesson talk about choosing your major. Okay, so to choose the major to study, you have to research. You have to research about the field or the major that you want to study first. Example, you want to study in political science. So political science, so you have to research about this major. What will you study? Okay, so that you can prepare yourself for studying with this major. Okay, for example, you want to study you want to study in philosophy. Okay, philosophy. So you have to research about the philosophy. What will you learn from this major, so that you can prepare everything for studying. Okay, good, students. So for lesson 3, change major. So you know that many students today they used to change their major. So this is tough. We can say this is the tough decision also for the students. So what you have to do with this, you have to, for teacher recommend you to you have to discuss with your parents first with this, or your friend, or your teacher as well. Okay, then they will give you some advice before you change your major. Okay, good. Okay, so for the lesson 4, talk about what will you rather to study. So this means that so you have to think what you want to study and what you want to become in the future, so that you can choose the correct major to study at the university. Okay, for lesson 5, we have learned we have learned yesterday. So communicating your choice. So communicating your choice with this lesson, we learned it yesterday already, so teacher no need to explain you anymore about this. But to make sure that you still remember all the vocabulary that we have learned in this unit. So if you're not clear about those vocabulary, about its meaning and how to read it, you can replay the video for that unit, or you can read this lesson, this unit again, okay, to make sure that you can understand clear about this unit. So now let's move to number 2, part A. We talk about text, okay. So a university brochure. So university and brochure. So brochure means a piece of paper about the information about something. It can be about a school or about the business, okay. But over here in this lesson, to talk about the school promotion, or it can be school advertising, okay. Good. So what you have to do right now, teacher just want you to open your book to page, okay, to page 76. So 76, then you will see this lesson, and please look at part A, okay. Also take a university brochure. So we have 2 brochure. We have 2 brochures in this text. So teacher would like you to spend 3 minutes to read it, okay. So now let's pause the video and spend 3 minutes to read this brochure. Okay, so students, thank you so much for reading. Right, so right now teacher believes that all of you have done with your reading already. So what we have to do right now is just to look at the exercise on the right hand. Okay, we have from 1 to 6 exercise, and want you to complete true or false to that exercise, to that sentence. Okay, so the first sentence is that the university is in a big city. It is near downtown. There's a nature park on campus. It is close to a mountain. Campus residences are close to the gym, and the university is 50 kilometers east of an area with jobs in technology. Okay, so what you have to do, just write T for true and write F for false to the blank, right? So number 1, the university is in a big city. Is it true or false? So so number one is false. Okay, false. So teacher no need to write on the board, just tell you. Okay, number 1 false. Number two, it is near downtown. So this is true. And number three true also. Number 4 student. Number 4. Number 5, campus residents are close to the gym. So according to the text, number 5 is true. And number 6, the university is 50 kilometers east of an area with the jobs in technology. So this is true as well. Right, good. So now let's move to part B of 1. So we have the vocabulary from 1 to 10, right? Okay, 1 to 10 vocabularies that we have to learn for this lesson. All right, students, so now let's read it for you first. Okay, so, right, number 1, entertainment, again, entertainment. Number 2, conveniences, enroll. Healthcare, again, healthcare. Assist, okay. Certification, again, certification. Downtown, credit, again, credit, downtown, certification, exist, healthcare, enrolled, conveniences, entertainment. No, sorry, environment. Again, environment. Right, students, repeat after me loudly all together. Environment, convenience, conveniences, enroll, healthcare, exist, certification, downtown, credit, again, faster, credit, downtown, certification, exist, healthcare, enrolled, conveniences, environment. Okay, good, students. So environment is function as a noun, means we talk about everything around a person or around us. We call environment. For example, around me, there's whiteboard, chair, table. All of this called environment. Air also environment. Okay. So conveniences. What does it mean, conveniences? Conveniences, we talk about things that make people, or we can say things that make you easier. Okay, things that make you easier. So we call convenience. Okay, and enroll. What does it mean, enroll, students? So enrolled. Okay, we talk about a register. Okay, a register to study at something, to study at a school, to study at some places. Okay, next, number 4, healthcare. What does it mean, healthcare, everyone? So healthcare means we talk about medical help. Okay, medical help called healthcare. Its function as a noun and exist. What does it mean, exist, students? So exist means permission to use something. Okay, and certification. So certification is function as a noun. So certification means that a happy feeling. Okay, a happy feeling because certification. Number 7, downtown. What does it mean, downtown, students? So downtown, we talk about center of a city. Okay, so downtown. And credit. What does it mean, credit, students? So credit means that a unit of study. Okay. We can say as a part of degree or course. And transfer. What does it mean, transfer? So transfer is function as a verb. So transfer means to move something to somewhere. Okay, to move something to somewhere. And number 10, get into. So look at the word get. So get, this is the verb, and into is a preposition. So this is called phrasal verb, right? Okay, so for this phrasal verb, get into, what does it mean, get into? So get into means to be accepted into a program. Okay, get into means you study, you attend to study in one program. Example, you attend to study at in philosophy. Example like this. So we call get into. Okay. Good, students. So now that's all for the vocabulary, and the last activity that you have to do right now is that, okay, so you have to match the word or phrase on the left to the correct definition on the right. So yes, the definition is on page 76. So now open your book to page 76, then you will see the vocabulary and, okay, the definition on the right. Okay, good. So you have to match. For number one, environment. Okay, number 1, environment. So environment with the letter. Okay, students. So we talk about everything around us. Everything around us with the letter. I think all the things. Okay, letter E. Number 2. Conveniences, things that make life happier or easier. So things that make life easier. So letter D. Okay, so letter D. Number 3, enroll. We talk about to register. So enroll over here To register, right? A function as a verb. To register, letter G. Okay. Number 4, healthcare. Healthcare, we talk about medicine, help. So letter H. Anything else? Letter H. Number 5. Number 5, assist means permission to use something. So with letter B. And number 6, satisfaction, a happy feeling. So with the letter C. Okay. 7th, okay, downtown, the center of the city. So with the letter A. And 8 with the letter, so 8 credit. Credit we talk about the, okay, unit of study as the part of a degree or course. So with the letter F. And 9 with the letter, okay, transfer, to move. So with the letter J, or J, okay, with the letter J. And the last one with the letter I. Okay. So now that's all, students. Do you understand? If you have questions, just leave your question below the video. Okay. So thank you so much for watching, and teacher hope to see you guys on the second session. Okay. Please have a nice breakfast.